विषयद्वीपिनो वीक्ष चकिता शरणार्थिना विशन्ति झटिति क्रोडं निरोधैकाग्रसिद्धये। So being afraid of Vishaya, sense objects. Of course, being afraid of sense objects, to protect themselves, they take to Ashtanga Yoga, that is figuratively described as that they run to the interior of the caves. In this context, these people have got some viveka. They know the harm that can be caused by Vishaya. So therefore they are superior to whom? Vishaya Lampataha. There are others. They are superior to whom? Vishaya Lampata. One thing, here let us not grade people, okay? This is not meant for that. It is for one's own, that means advancement in the spiritual progress. So that means what he points out is, however much you may run away from the sense object, you cannot be totally free from that. That is what is meant there. That's what. So now let us see the other one, who have got the direct cognition of oneself, knowledge of oneself. Nirvasanam harim drishtva tushnim vishayadantinah. Palayante na shaktaste sevante kritachatavaha. Nirvasanam harim drishtva Vishayadantinaha na shaktaha santaha न shaktaha and santaha tushneem, first line, tushneem palayante. Te, after shaktaha, te krita chatavaha and iva tam. Krita chatavaha iva tam sevanti. Now, this is the plight of these sense objects now. When nirvasanam harim drishtva. So, nirvasanaha hari. Who is hari? You have read the translation there. So, hari is a lion. Hari is a word means monkey also. You know Narada's story? Narada was in soup. So, it happened that Narada is a great brahmachari. So he got a desire to get married. And he told him, Lord Vishnu. Okay, well, he said, you go to such and such place. And there was a Swayamvara there. The Swayamvara was arranged. So, and that is what Swayamvara means. The bride selects it. No, they just go and select one. So all are seated there. So Lord Vishnu also was there. Lord Vishnu also is there. So what did Narada request to Lord Vishnu was, please give me the face of Hari. He said, Hari is Vishnu, Hari is lion, Hari is also monkey. He said, Tasto, he said. And now what Narada thought, I am as beautiful as who? Lord Vishnu, I will the sure match now. And he went there, and he's sitting along with that. Vishnu also was sitting there. And the bride came, and he said, and what happened was, everyone is looking at who? Narada. Narada said, see how people are. Because in those days, mirrors were not there. And if mirrors were there, he would have seen it. It was not easily available. So he thought that I am so beautiful as Vishnu, everyone is looking at me. When the bride came, looked at Narada, laughed and went away. He was so ugly like a monkey. He was a monkey there. And next was who? Vishnu. She put the garland of Vishnu. Afterwards, Vishnu said, go to a river and see your face. So what was it? Was a monkey. So if they say he cursed Vishnu, also they say in the water. After. So that is how Hari can be monkey also. So here, Hari is a lion. So, Nirvasanam Harim Drishtva. Having seen a person who is like a lion, but how Nirvas means so bored. Nirvasanam, one who has no values for the sense object, who has no, that is, desires for sense object. Why he has no desire for sense object? Not simply Vairagya. Vairagya is a preparatory means, but Vairagya is complete only the knowledge of oneself. Because Vishayaha nivartante niraharasya dehina. One may withdraw oneself from the sense indulgence, viveka, vairagya, but the vairagya can be perfect only the wake of direct combination of true nature. Vishaya vinati nirardena rasa varjam. Without the value, without the taste of the sense object, no doubt one gets away from the Vishya. That rasa also, rasopyasya param drishtva nivartate. That value for the sense object goes when it discovers positively the anand, paramananda swarupa. Afterward, no practice of vairagya is required because Vishyas can no longer any sin for us. Nirvasam ham drishtva. This person, the person is compared to a lion. So don't be sure about how just a lion. So suppose there is a herd of elephants. What is the lion? Who will run away? Only one lion is there, and there is a herd of elephants. Who will run away? Lion or elephant? Elephants? Lions run away. Elephants will run away. Elephants, they say they may have huge body and strength maybe, they can't face the lion. If the lion pounces on that with the neck end of it, because they can never face the lion. One lion is enough to drive away all the elephants. So, I just said, in front of a lion, if a lion comes, how the danti naha, danti means elephant. Now these Vishaya sense objects are compared to the elephants. And this person, who is the person? Nirvasanaha. He is compared to a Hari. Hari means lion. So now he says, Nirvasanam Harim Drishtva. This person who is Nirvasana, totally free from desires and values for sense object. So he is compared to a lion. Having seen them? Vishayadantinaha. Vishayadantinaha. The sense object which are compared to the elephants, what do? These Vishayadantinaha. So Vishayadantinaha Nirvasanam Harim Drishtva Na Shaktaha Santaha. Na Shaktaha Santaha, being not capable of facing. The elephants can't confront with the lion, so being incapable of facing them, what they do? Tushnim Palayante. Quietly what they do? They run away. Who has come? Vishaya. Not Vishaya, the lion has come. So also, this sense object, having this sense person, they just quietly run away in the sense they are incapable of hooking this individual. So, Palayanti. Not only that, te, those, who are those? Te Vishayadantinaha. Same, the sense object compared to the elephant, what do? Krutachatavaha iva tam sevante. Sevante, on the contrary, the sense objects serve this person who is a jnani, who has no value for them, who has no desires for them. Like whom? Like this person. Krutachatavaha. Krutachatava means flatterers, bards. In olden days when the kings were there used to be the bards who used to praise, and that means to please the king, they used to praise him. These flatterers, like the flatterers of the bards. So Kruta Chatava means Kruta Priya Vachanaha iva. As though who speak very goody things, pleasing things, etc. may not be true also. So just to please the other person. So like the bards, so what do? Tam sevante. Tam means who? This Nirvasanam Harim, this serve. Why? Who can be Nirvasanaha Harihi? Only the Jnanishtaha. So Jnanishtaha, who is what? He is not different from Ishvara. So therefore, being that means being because of Ishvara, so they serve this person also. So that means they cannot hold any fascination for this person. He is least affected by them. Namuktikarikam dhatte nishanko yuktamanasaha. Pashyan shrunvan sprushan jigran ashnan aste yatha sukham. Nishankaha Yuktamaanasaha Muktikarikam add Kriyam. Muktikarikam add Kriyam. Nadhatte. Nadhatte add Kintu. Yatha Sukham add Lokadrishtya. Yatha Sukham Lokadrishtya. Pashyan Shrunvan Sprushan Jigran Ashnan Aste. Jigran Ashnan Aste. This Jivan Mukta Jnanishta, who is Nishankaha, the one from whom all Shankas have gone. Gata Samshayaha, the one who has no doubts whatsoever about oneself, about the Jagat, about Ishvara. Why so? Why no doubts? Ajnana is not there. The Sarupa Jnana is there, Ajnana, ignorance is not there. So Nishankaha, and because he is Nishanka, free from doubts about oneself, about the world, about the Ishvara, because he knows the true nature of all this as one and the same Brahma Tattva, Atma Tattva, and therefore he is Yuktamanasaha, Nuktamanasaha, Nishchalamasaha. The one whose mind is always steady because rooted in the Swarupa. So, Nishchalamanasa is Jnani. That means Yuktamanasa means he is a Jnani, he is a Jivan Muktaha. Mind always abides in the cognition, in the knowledge of one's true nature, Atma, Brahma. Yuktamanasaha. What does he do? Muktikarikam kriyam nadhati. He doesn't, nadhate means doesn't adopt, doesn't resort to these activities. What activities? Muktikarikam kriyam. Muktikarikam kriyam means here those activities which he supposes to give, that means he supposes that can give him moksha. Means those means which can give him moksha according to this person, namely in this context here, yama niyamadi practice. So muktikarika kriya here means in this context Ashtanga yoga, yama niyama etc. the angas of the samadhi. That is what is called as muktikarikam kriya. Nadhate, doesn't adopt, doesn't resort to. Then what does he do? He says, this person, yatha sukham loka drishtya. From the world standpoint, yatha sukham means atma sukham anatikramya. Not transgressing the atma sukha in the sense, without losing sight of the swarupa which is atma sukha all along. That is, having the cognition of Atma Swarupa. What is that? From the world standpoint, he may be Pashyan, he remains like this. Pashyan, Shrunvan, Sprushan, Jigran, Ashnan, Asti. From the world standpoint, he sees, he Pashyan, Shrunvan, hearing, Sprushan, touching, Jigran, smelling, Ashnan, eating means all these sense organs are in may functioning, but at the same time what? Yatha sukham asti. Yatha sukham. So, without losing sight of his swarupa, which is Paraman Swarupa, he remains that way. Vastu shravana matrena shuddha buddhir nirakulaha. Naivacharam anacharam audasyam va prapashyati. Vastu shravana marena shuddha buddhi nirakulaha acharam anacharam audasyam va naiva in the beginning. Naiva prapashyati. Naiva acharam is there. Acharam, anacharam, audasyam va naiva prapashyati. Vastu shravana matrena shuddha buddhi nirakula. This Jivan Mukta is like this. One who has got shuddha buddhi. What is Shuddha Buddhi? Not Shuddhanta Karna. This is not Shuddhanta Karna. Here, the Antakarna which is capable of cognizing one's Swarupa. What is it? Akhandakara Vritti. So what is called as Akhandakara Vritti? Akhanda Atma Sakshatkara. There is Akhandakara Vritti. What is Akhandakara Vritti? The Antakarna Vritti which assumes the nature of Atma Brahma. And to assume the nature of Atma Brahma, what do you mean by assuming the nature of Atma Brahma? When you see your face in the mirror assumes the form of your face. We have to put that. You have to put that. Is it not? The mirror assumes the form of your. But any change in the mirror? No. So that's why. So that is what. Why? because of which you are able to see exactly your face, is it not? Likewise here, Antakarna assuming the form of Atma means appearing like Atma only. This capacity Antakarna certainly has got it. Antakarna is designed, it is made in such a way that it has got the capacity to assume that Swarupa, provided it is properly prepared. What is the proper preparation? First, Shuddha Antakarna. Shuddha Antakarna to eliminate, in Vedantic terminology, not Ashtavakra's terminology. His terminology different, Upar terminology hai. Mala. So Duritas are eliminated by Karma Yoga, etc. Shuddha Antakarna, quiet and composed mind. Then Naishchalya, that means steadiness should be there. Upasanas. By Upasana, mind is made steady, is capable of taking to a particular preoccupation Upasana. Still, that is what it eliminates? Vikshepa. Then Avarana remains. Wrong notion about oneself. What is to be done? Shravana. So Shravana, by that one is able to know what the Swarupa. That veiling, the Avarana also goes. Then it is able to, capable of assuming the true nature of oneself. So otherwise, you cannot objectify Atma as this, because Atma is free from Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasa Gandha. So that is how what is said. So Shuddha Buddhi here is that Akhandakara Vritti, Akhandatma Sakshatkara. How? Vastu Shravana Matrena. Just by Shravana. Vastu here is what is Vastu? Vastunaha Chidatmanaha Shravana Matrena. By exposing to the inquiry that unfolds and ascertains the true nature of Atma, Brahma. So Vastu Shravana Matrena. So Shravana here, you can't simply take Shravana as Shravana. Manana Nidhyasana also already comes there. How do you say so? See, Ashtavakra says only Matrena. How do you say Manana and Nidhyasana are required? Now you have to give me a stronger pramana than Ashtavakra. Ashtavakra Gita fits in which category? Shruti or Smriti? Which category? Smriti, it is a Smriti. See? Now, if you cite me a Shruti, a quotation from Shruti, which says that Manana Nididhyasana are required, Atmavare Drashtavyaha, Shrotavyaha, Mantavyaha, Nididhyasitavyaha. Darshana of Atma has to begin, means the direct cognition, Atma Jnana, that is Aparoksha Jnana, Aparoksha Anubhava must be there. What are the means? Shrotavyaha, Mantavyaha, Nididhyasitavyaha. In the Bhashya of the Shankaracharya says, so with these three, that means the clarity and the fruition of knowledge is possible with the that means cumulative performance or the taking to all these three, and he remarks, na shravana matrena. It is there in the Dilbisha commentary, it is there. It is going to come. Na shravana matrena. Not, it may be for who? Maybe like Vasishtha Vamadeva, whose mind is so ready, one exposure to Vedantic inquiry may give them trigger off into the appreciation Swarupa. But general varieties, in spite of Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, कुछ नहीं होता है, तो श्रवण मात्र न क्या होने वाला है? Somebody is told, this is the 14th camp here? Huh? 13th. 13th camp, okay. 13th camp. So therefore, कुछ भी ऐसा नहीं होता है फिर all the cumulative effect is required. Shravana matrena. So here, when this says vastu shravana matrena, we have to take it as upalakshana for shravana, manana, nididhyasana, depending on the need. So by this, shuddha buddhi, the one whose buddhi is shuddha, so that's akhandatma sakshatkara that taken place, as a result of which one who is nirakulaha. So nirakulaha, free from anguish. How is he free from anguish? Because swaswarupastha. His mind abides in the swarupa, atma swarupa, swaswarupa. See, any state other than abidance of the mind in the atma swarupa is what? Nirakula or sakulaha. Sakulaha. It is full of anguish only. So therefore it is nirakulaha because he is swaswarupastaha. That person says acharam anacharam audasyam va naiva prapashyati. He doesn't see any of these. For him these are all redundant. He has nothing to do with all these. With what? Acharam. Acharam is kriyanushtanam, performance of those actions as recommended, prescribed by Shastras, what is called as vihita karma. So vihita karma, enjoined duties. Anacharam, ashubha karma, prohibited actions, which the Shruti says don't do, the don'ts in the Shastra. Audasinyam, indifference towards do's and don'ts. Achara, the do's according to Shastra. Anachara is don'ts according to Shastra. Audasyam, indifference towards both. So eta, that means va naiva pashyati. He doesn't see at all. These are all meaningless to him because the mind is absorbed in the Swarupa. And for whom this is told? Do this, don't do this. For a ajnaha, called here as the mudha, the one who is mudha, ajnani, who wants to gain the knowledge, who is a mumukshu, for him it is said, not for this person. See, a boat is necessary to cross the river. Once the river is crossed, it has no purpose to be served to that person. Others may need it. So that way, so that's why the Ubhayat, he says, acharam anacharam audasyam va naiva prapashyati. He doesn't see at all. Why? Because atmastatva. He is always abides in atma swarupa. Yada yat kartum ayati tada tat kurute rujuhu. Shubham vapya shubham vapi tasya cheshta hi balavat. Yada yat shubham va api ashubham vapi kartum ayati tada tat add loka drishtya rujuhu kurute hi tasya cheshta balavat. Yada yat shubham va api ashubham vapi kartum ayati. As and when, yadayat, as and when, whatever that karma, activities, come across him, how do they come? Because of prarabdha. He is not planning or scheming, he is not having any sankalpas. Because prarabdha vashat, something has come. So therefore, and that karma is of what type? That activity, it can be shubham. So, yat, whatever that is, shubham karma it may be, ashubha, or it can be Ashubha karma. So, for example, let us take Janaka only. King Janaka. Yajnavalkya came to his court. What will he do? Get up, go, receive, honor him, do worship him, adore him. Shubha karma or Ashubha karma? Shubha karma. Suppose the enemy attacked the kingdom. What will he do? I am Brahma Jnani. Okay, you can take it. Huh? Will he do? He will see. He will fight with him, and if required, kill the person. Is it not? Ashubha karma. But he has nothing to get out of it or anything lose. Because he adored Yajnavalkya, he is not amassing punya, and because he killed the soldiers there, he is not going to get the sin. But prarabdha vashat, he is the emperor, he has to do this. So therefore he says, so that is, yat kartum ayati, shubham va ashubham va api kartum ayati, whatever that comes across him in terms of performance, what does he do? Tada, at that time, tat, those karma, shubha or ashubha, loka drishtya rujuhu kurute. Certainly it does. From the world standpoint, from the standpoint of the people, he does. But how does he do? Rujuhu. Rujuhu means literally straightforward manner. In the sense, agraha rahitaha. Being free from agraha means no sankalpa in doing this. So, I am doing this for this and this purpose. Such sankalpa is not there. It has come across, he does it, and that's the end of it. So therefore, he rujuhu, without any sankalpa of getting something or losing anything, he does. That means without that he does. In fact, how is it so? Because tasya cheshta, the activities of such a person is like what? Balavat. Balavat, like a child. A child acts without the compulsion of raga and dvesha. So, child always remains in the present. It is not bothered about the past nor about the future. Have you seen children? They will fight tooth and nail. And next moment they will be friendly. Only parents after quarrel. So they quarrel. So this is what? These children are there all one because they forget all these things. Of course, they also know young children, not grown up children. Very young children, they are so innocent. So therefore, the prarabdha, that balavat, that is like prarabdha, means not raga dveshadhina. What it means is, like a child means, this person is not under the sway of raga and dvesha. स्वातंत्र्यात् सुखमाप्नोति स्वातंत्र्यात् लभते परम् स्वातंत्र्यात् निर्वृतिं गच्छेत् स्वातंत्र्यात् परमं पदम् स्वातंत्र्यात् सुखम आपनोति एड यतः स्वातंत्र्यात् परम लभते स्वातंत्र्यात् परम लभते एड तथा स्वातंत्र्यात् निर्वृतिम गच्छेत् एड अतः स्वातंत्र्यात् परमं पदम एड गच्छे स्वातंत्र्यात् सुखमाप्नोति. What is स्वातंत्र्य here? Not being under the sway of raga, dvesha. So, Swatantra is Ragadveshanadhinatva. Ragadvesha anadhinatva. Not being adhina, not being under the sway of Ragadvesha, not being buffeted by likes and dislikes. So, why no Ragadvesha? He has nothing. You see, Ragadvesha, what is the cause of Raga? A value, fascination for an object. Dvesha, because something undesirable is expected from that. So that is how he has nothing to gain or lose from anything. So therefore he says, being not under the control of Raga Dvesha, Sukham apnoti. Sukham here is manah prasadam, the cheerfulness of the mind, because the Atma Swarupa is so clear to this person. Therefore, yataha, therefore, no, because, why so? Because, yataha means yasmat, because, swatantriyat param labhati, not being under the control of Raga Dvesha, he gains param. Here param stands for Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana. So, because when not under the control of Raga Dvesha, the person is bound to get the right disposition, as a result of which he is able to gain the knowledge. So also, tatha, swatantriyat, because of not being under the control of Raga Dvesha, nirvritim gacche. Nirvritim is nitya sukham, not vishaya sukha, nitya sukham, gacche, gains, ataha, therefore, swatantriyat, paramam padam gacche. So because of being free from Raga Dvesha, one is able to gain paramam padam, the highest abode, that is Swarupa Vishranti. So the Swarupa Vishranti, paramam padam, repose in one's own Swarupa, which is nothing but Paramananda Swarupa, that one is able to gain, being so free from Raga and Dvesha. Akartrutvam abhoktrutvam svatmano manyate yada. Tadakshina bhavanteva samastas chitta vrittayaha. Yada svatmanaha akartrutvam abhoktrutvam manyate tada samastaha chitta vrittayaha kshinaha bhavanti eva. When this happens, he says, all chitta vrittis, they what? They just disappear. What does Ashtanga Yogi do? He takes the rigorous practice to eliminate the vrittis. He may succeed if properly taken to the practice to eliminate them for a certain period of time, depending on how much he is capable of remaining in the samadhi. But afterwards, same thing. Here it is not so. So he says, yada, when this jnani is able to see the truth of this, what is that? Svatmanaha akartrutvam abhoktrutvam manyate. One manyate considers in the sense appreciates one's own akartrutvam. Akartrutvam, the status of being free from the doership. Means Atma is akarta, is not a doer. Abhoktrutvam, the status of being free from bhoktrutva, the status of being an experiencer also is not there for Atma. When he says this, tada, what happens? Samastaha chitta vrittayaha kshinaha bhavanti eva. Certainly, all chitta vrittis Kshinaha bhavanti means they get terminated, they get eliminated. How is it? So what do you mean by seeing akartrutva and abhoktrutva of Atma? Let us take the case of Ajnani. When it does something, how does it do that? I shall do this. What for? I want to get this. Is it not? This sankalpa. I shall do this. Aham idam karishyami. So, what for? Amukam me bhogyam bhavati. Amukam is such and such thing. No, in Hindi they say falana. Falana they say amukam. Such and such a thing, let me have. Let me have such and such thing. For that purpose, I am going to do such and such a thing. This is a sankalpa with that. When these two sankalpas are there, all other chitta vrittis are bound to come there. All other agitation, the mind are dependent on these things. I do this for the sake of this. So that is what is there. So you just say, when you have nothing to gain, you have nothing to do, and all things related to these things will never be. All these things means all those vrittis related to these things are never bound to be there in the mind. So therefore, the main cause in terms of sankalpa for gaining something, for as a result of which one has to do something, these two sankalpas are not there, means all chitta vrittis retire from the mind because they don't have a locus to proceed further. So samastaha chitta vrittayaha kshinaha bhavanti eva. They certainly get eliminated from the mind, they disappear from the mind. Ushrankalapya kritika stita dhirasya rajate. Nato saspruha chittasya shantir mudhasya kritrima. Just see the sandhi breaking. Uchrankalapi akritika stitidhihi asya rajati. Stitidhihi asya rajati. That's fine. Now take the anvaya. Asya dhihi. No, see there. Stitihi dhihi, not stitidhihi. Stitir dhirasya. Uchrankala prakritika stitir dhirasya rajate. Stitihi dhihi asya rajate. 3 words are there. Not stitidhihi, not one word. Anvaya. Asya dhihi akritika uchrankala api स्थिति राजते. सस्पृह चित्तस्य तु मूढ़स्य कृत्रिमा शांति न एड राजते और न शोभते. अस्य धीहि अस्य. Who is this asya? The one who is jivan muktasya. So jnana nishtasya, brahma nishtasya, asya. Dhihi, buddhi is akritika. Akritika, not artificial, not worked up. In the sense it is just natural. Why natural? Abides in swarupa. That's all. He has nothing to do because it is able to appreciate the swarupa. So that dhihi akritika uchrankala api, in the sense The buddhi of the Jivan Mukta, which always abides in the Swarupa, that buddhi, even at times it appears like this. How it appears? Ushrankala api. Literally means from the word standpoint, Ushrankala means actually Shanti Rahita api. Even though it has no Shanti in the sense, even though his buddhi is busy in doing so many things, that is what is to be taken there. Means, even though his buddhi is engaged in doing so many things, means it is not quiet as such because he is doing so many things, even then that sthiti, that state of the mind of this Jivan Mukta, he says, Rajate, Rajate is befitting, appears splendid, it is eminent, means it is something superior to the other person's dhihi. That's what he wants to say. So, the mind, Jivan Mukta's mind, buddhi, which has absorbed in Swarupa, even though engaged in many activities, it is the right type of buddhi. In contrast, other buddhi, whose ajnana is buddhi, let us know. Saspruha chittasya. The buddhi of who? Saspruha chittaha. The one whose chitta is saspruha. Spruhaihi saha vartate. Full of desires. So why ajnani? So therefore, full of desire. To show the contrast. Who is he? Mudhasya, of this ajnani. So his buddhi, kritrima. Kritrima is artificial in the sense worked up. How do we say it is worked up? See, to have a desire you have to do something, or not to have desire you have to do something. To have a desire you have to do something, or not to have desire you have to do something. Think. Some say not to have desire you have to do something. To have desire you have to do something. So that means, see, when we are born, have you got desires? Have you got desires? No. Then when the desires start coming? As we grow. Means as infants, we don't do anything. Because first thing, we are not aware of many things. From recognizing parents onwards, all this starts later, is it not? In the beginning, that also is not there. As one grows up, or tries to understand, etc. Now, have you seen the child, first what the child does? Or footwear. Mouth, because that is the sense organ which has become active. First one. See, mud, everything is putting. Others, they don't understand. Why do you eat mud and all? They scold the child. Because child, it actually, see, it wants to know. What is it? What is it? Well, it can't speak, etc. Only the one sense organ which has become active is what? Tongue. So therefore, anything and everything it gets, grabs and puts in the mouth to know. And as it grows, slowly it is able to understand, values develop, and then what happens? Desires come. So you have to do something or not. So kritrima. So therefore what is it? Is a kritrima. So that is artificial. So saspruha chittasya, to show the contrast. Mudhasya, with the ignorant one. Kritrima, that is shantihi. And because of this, his shanti also is kritrima. Why shanti is kritrima? He has to do something. What is that he has to do? Yama niyama asana pranayama. He has to work out for the shanti. So therefore he says, so kritrima shantihi. So na shobhate. Na shobhate means it cannot excel the Shanti of other person. That person, even if engaged in the activities, what is that? His mind always reposes in Swarupa. Even this person, even by doing so many things in terms of practice, even if the person is able to accomplish some peace of mind in terms of samadhi, etc., it is of no use. Why? Next moment it is going to go away. So therefore he says, it doesn't, that means it is not that eminent one as that of the other person. Now, this Jivan Mukta is not intent either on sense indulgence or from withdrawal from sense indulgence, because both are meaningless to this person. For sadhaka, yes. For a common person, what is required? Vishaya Bhoga. A common lay person is interested in the sense indulgence. A sadhaka who has got some viveka vairagya wants to withdraw from the sense object. Jivan Mukta is not at all particular about anything at all, because both are irrelevant to this person. Vilasanti mahabhogair vishanti giri gauharan. Nirasta kalpana dhira abadha mukta buddhayaha. Nirasta kalpanaha dhiraha. Add kadachit prarabdhavashat. Add kadachit prarabdhavashat. First line. Mahabhogaihi vilasanti. Mahabhogaihi vilasanti. Add kadachit giri gauharan vishanti. Kadachit giri gauharan vishanti. Abadhaha, there you can vishanti afterwards, if you want you can join there. Kidrishaha dhiraha. After vishanti add Kidrishaha dhiraha. Answer is Abadhaha mukta buddhaya. Abadhaha mukta buddhaya. Now these, who are these people? Nirasta kalpanaha dhiraha. Now this word dhira, dhira you should know. Jivan muktaha. Jnanishta, Brahmanishta. And what type Jivan mukta? He is the one who is Nirasta kalpanaha. So Nirasta kalpanaha means Jnaninaha. The projection of samsara, the projection of jagat is not there for who? The one for whom this projection of samsara is not there. So Nirasta kalpanaha dhiraha. So they at times, kadachit, at times, prarabdhavashat, on account of prarabdha. So prarabdhavashat, mahabhogaihi vilasanti. Vilasanti, kridanti, sport with mahabhoga. Means all this great sense enjoyment from the word standpoint. Like that is royal treatment, etc. they may get at times. So mahabhogaihi vilasanti. Again, at times, kadachit, at other times, giri gauharan vishanti. So they may enter, they may be where inward. So at times the person may be in palace, so enjoying a royal hospitality. Other time he may be there somewhere in the forest or in a cave. No one doesn't know when he is going to get the next food, next meal. He is not sure at all. So maybe all because of prarabdha. Who are these people? Such dhiraha, jivan muktaha. Those who are kidrishaha dhiraha. What type of jivan muktas are there? Of course, there are no varieties of jivan mukta, but different types of jivan muktas are there? Yes or no? No? Why not? No two Jivan Mukta ever appears the same. What they appear to be different because of different prarabdha. But the nishtha, jnana nishtha, brahma nishtha is one and the same. Otherwise the fellow is not a Jivan Mukta at all. So that should be clear. So therefore he says the prarabdha may differ and therefore the outward appearance and the conduct may differ, but the vision, the knowledge, that abidance in the knowledge is one and the same, because Brahma is Advaya Swarupa Brahma. So what type of dhiraha, Jivan Mukta are these? They are abadhaha. Abadhaha means not bound by asakti, attachment. Asakti rahitaha. Abadhaha is asakti rahitaha. Also mukta buddhayaha. Mukta buddhayaha, the one who do not have the notion of kartrutva, bhoktritva. So kartrutvaadhyasa rahita buddhayaha. Mukta buddhayaha, kartrutvaadhyasa rahita buddhayaha. Those who do not have this false attribution, false superimposition that I am the doer, I am the experiencer, etc., is not there, in whom such people, by prarabdha, they may get royal enjoyment or they may suffer, etc. So they are least bothered about that. Shrotriyam devatam tirtham anganam bhupatim priyam. दृष्ट्वा संपूज्य धीरस्य न कापि हृदि वासनाः धीरस्य श्रोत्रियं देवतां तीर्थं संपूज्य ऐड तथा अंगनाम भूपतिम प्रियम दृष्ट्वा हृदि कापि वासनाः नॉट वासनाः वासना हृदि कापि वासना न ऐड जायते. हृदि कापि वासना न ऐड जायते. So that is धीरस्य हृदि कापि वासना न जायते. Take a short and upward. What is there is okay. Just for short a sentence like this. Dhirasya hridi, in the hridaya, antakarna, in the mind of Jivan Mukta. He says, Kapi vasana na jayate, no desire is born. When? Under these two circumstances. What are those circumstances? First one is like this. Shrotriyam devatam tirtham sampujya. Shrotriyam sampujya, devatam sampujya, tirtham sampujya. He came across a Shrotriyaha, a highly learned person. That means also, let us say, a Brahmanist also, a Jnani, he came across. Okay? And he adored him. What will be in the mind of other person? Astika, okay? A person is Astika, and he came away, then a great Mahatma he gave, and he extended the hospitality to this person, and then served him, etc. What will be the thing? Suppose his Mahatma is leaving, what is that? Maharaj, kya? Something is there, some desire to be fulfilled, is it not? Something is there, or in the sense, something he wants in return, is it not? Now let us go further. Devatam sampujya. सत्यनारायण पूजा किया बाद में. सो बाद में, शुरू में तो क्या किया, वो भट्ट जी ने बोला संकल्प, बोलो मामा, हाँ मामा, then he rattles out, ममोपात दुरित क्षय द्वारा श्री परमेश्वर प्रत्यते सत्यनारायण पूजा करिष्ये. At the end, no, that is priest. No, I'm not talking of priest as well. This person gives a charter of demand to Satyanarayan. Bhagavan, please fulfill all these things. So we fulfill all these things. So he doesn't remember, Bhagavan remembers. What is it? So, Bhagavan has noted what is that? This person is performing the Satyanarayana Puja for the Durita Kshaya. Durita means what? The papas of the past, to wash away the sin this person does. But by the end of the puja, he has forgotten that and he is asking for this and that. Bhagavan gets confused now. What exactly he wanted? Did he wanted the Durita Kshaya or he wanted the fulfillment of certain desires? So that's what happened. Tirtham. A Tirtha Kshetra. So one means a common person, when he comes Astika only, we are not talking of Nastikas. Astika, when comes across a Shrotriya and adores this Shrotriya or Devata or Tirtha, so always there is a desire for Dharma, Artha and Kama. Moksha may not be. Viveka is not there. Mumukshutva is not there. So he wants to, at least he wants to get Punya, so, or that is Artha, wealth, etc., or fulfillment of desire. Just I had gone for a walk. I don't know, some person, of course, a pitiable case. One, not a old person also. I think he was not able to walk properly. And some disease which has no cure. I know what it can be possibly. So some wife was holding and with this stick, he was walking little. He didn't walk at all. I think hardly he walked for, that means for about 100 feet also he went there. That's okay. So he said, Maharaji, please bless. And she said, except blessing, nothing will work. It means the doctors have given up the hopes possible. And nervous dystrophy or something, it must be like that only. So what? Blessing. Something in terms of fulfillment of desires. Natural for any person to expect this when they adore Shrotriya, Devata and Tirtham. This is one aspect. Other aspect, other variety now. So this is when they come across Shrotriya, Devata or Tirtham. Other is Anganam Bhupatim Priyam Drishtva. A person comes across a damsel, Angana, Bhupatim, that is king, or Priyam, the dear ones, like Putra Adikam, son, parents, and like this, means near and dear ones. What happens? Drishtva. So what desire will come there? It can be desire for this, means the Kamya, something that desire will be possible. So this happens to a lay person. In the case of Jnani, in either case, vasanas, desires are not there at all. They are not there at all in either case. स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्ताम् सुखिनः भवन्तु पृथ्वी